We are Tortuga Shades, and we are in session at JackRabbit SoundShack.
I can't pray away. This blood has been running forever, but I've got plenty to get away. Hey, yeah, ooh. Jewels in a bag. I have nothing more to give. Yeah, yeah. You said that I can't make it, but I feel I can go far. Taking big steps and thinking mother said a wild mind is better than scars. A wild mind is better than scars. Tonight, the moon fills every corner. This dream just won't go away. My heart is filling with every color. The world is calling out my name. Yeah, yeah. You said that I can't make it, but I feel I can go far. Taking big steps and thinking mother said a wild mind is better than scars. 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 Yeah, yeah. Oh, you say that I can't make it, but I feel I can go far. Taking big steps and thinking mother said a wild mind is better than scars. A wild mind is better than scars. A wild mind is better than scars. A wild mind is better than scars.
All right, welcome. We are in session at JackRabbit SoundShack. I am David. He's Vance. We have Tortuga Shades in the studio today. Guys, thanks so much for coming in. How are y'all doing?
Good.
Doing
Thanks for
well.
having us.
Okay, yeah, no problem. So typically with these shows, at least recently, I like to do a little bit of research on the artists before they come in. That way I have something to talk to you guys about. However, I didn't find much online except for a lot of media, videos, music, things like that. So who are you guys? Where do you come from? How did everything get started?
All right. Well, I'm Wiley. I play the drums and do a little bit of backup vocals in the band. Yeah.
Where are you from?
I'm from Connecticut. I've been here in Austin for a little over 2 years now, and was one of the founding members, I think, with my Craigslist post that started all of this.
Yep.
We'll get into that a little bit.
And I'm Gian. I'm the lead guitarist. I was born in Tulsa, but I grew up in DFW area, Keller, Texas. Lived in Austin about 5 years now, I think. And I just started playing because I saw them playing on stage, and I was like, I'm getting up there too. So then it was just that's how it started. At least
Okay.
Yeah.
duo in the trio.
True. I'm Nadia. I am from Lake Jackson, Texas. I've lived in Texas my whole life. I play rhythm guitar and I sing.
Anything else?
Nope.
I like turtles.
Okay, I'm Brittany, and I'm originally from Houston, but I've been in Austin about 8 years now, and I play the keys and a little bit of the low end bass stuff. And I'm the newest member of the band. I guess I've been playing with you probably since the summer.
Yeah.
And I ended up in the group because I have a friend who plays dodgeball with Wiley,
True.
and she asked if she could give him my info because she knew I played keys, and so I said sure, and then I came into a rehearsal, and I don't know.
We had a show like a couple days later, and we had just met you, and you were like, okay, I want to play with y'all. And we were like, what? Okay. But, I mean,
So
was fun.
how long have you been playing with the band?
I guess, it's been, what, 4 months maybe?
yeah, it's pretty short.
So it all started with a ad on Craigslist, and how long has the band been together?
Well, that was probably, I moved here in January of, what is it about to be, 2018, 2016? And I probably put that up about a month after moving down here because you know nobody and you enjoy playing music. So I put it up saying, I didn't have my drum kit down here, I just had my cajon. So we started acoustically looking for I don't even know, it was a duo, I guess.
Yeah.
Just somebody else to meet and play music with,
Yeah.
another person to know in the state of Texas. And Nadia had reached out and we started playing a couple shows, cover songs, and just like feeling it out. Mm-hmm. And yeah, that was about 2 years ago, I guess.
So you put up a Craigslist ad whenever you moved here, Wiley.
Correct.
And Nadia, you saw his ad? What were you looking for? How did that...
Well, I've been playing acoustic shows like solo since I was 18. I'm 23 now.
Okay.
And so I just knew it was something I really wanted to do. I used to do it in my hometown in Lake Jackson. And then I moved to San Marcos to go to Texas State University. And that's where I was like, you know what? I really want to do music, start my own group or something. And so that's where I found Wiley on Craigslist, and we hit it off. We both played pop covers, so we're like, yeah, let's just keep doing it.
What were you looking for whenever you got into the Craigslist thing? Just another musician or some kind of a specific rhythm section?
Yeah, just kind of. I was looking for Wiley, and I found him. Yeah, it was really lucky.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's like it's hard to find other musicians, I guess, if you don't. I mean, you can go out and know the place.
Well, you can find other musicians.
find
It doesn't mean they're going to be good or work with you.
Quote unquote.
Right.
Yeah.
So Craigslist has been actually incredibly helpful for me down here. It's way sketchier up the more north you go, I think.
Right.
But yeah, it's been great. I got a bike off Craigslist. I got a band member off Craigslist.
Well, that's interesting because we have had some other bands in here that's how they met was on Craigslist. And I myself been thinking about getting back into playing. It's been 5 years, and I'm like, maybe I should put an ad on Craigslist.
You play bass.
I don't play bass. I play bass like I know. A couple strings.
notes.
I stick to percussion. But back to you guys. So you've been playing together for about 2.5 years or so?
Probably like 2 years.
2 years, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you gig regularly in town?
Yep.
In Austin?
Mm-hmm.
Yep,
Around
around
Austin.
Austin. We played in Houston once or twice at White Oak.
White Oak Music Hall. That was fun.
Yeah, mostly around Austin, I would say.
How did you guys get Gian into the fold after y'all's
Well, I knew
serendipitousness?
Gian. We met in San Marcos, and so like he played guitar. I mean, I guess we played guitar together, but it wasn't like serious. He wasn't too comfortable performing on stage, so we just kind of like
Not at all.
made songs together, but like Wiley and I would go perform, you know?
Right.
And then finally Jan was like, nah, I want to play with y'all. And I'm like, okay, good.
Did you
I watched it happen too many
Did you
times.
play guitar, or you just started for this band?
Oh, I definitely play guitar. Yeah,
I was going to say, because you're
started-
pretty good for just, if you just started.
Yeah, I never got the stage thing down. So that was until now. Really, it was just always just too daunting for me to be up on the stage.
So you more like play guitar for yourself, like at home kind of thing.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And then afterwards, y'all were looking for a keys member. So I know band-wise, there have been kind of some shifts, quote unquote, because sometimes you guys have a bassist, sometimes you don't. Brittany's pretty new to the group playing keys, but she also plays the bass part on a lot of things, oddly enough. So are y'all just looking for more things to kind of fill in your spectral image, I guess?
I think it was we had a on the EP was they put we did a keyboard onto it, so we were like, well, now we got to get a keyboardist if there's gonna be a keyboard on the EP, and that's where, and we also needed bassist. So I guess her doing both kind of helped for like to fill in this one.
I've seen videos. You've had bass players. You've been looking for a bass player. Are you looking for a bass player?
Oh, 100%.
Yes,
Okay,
we
so
are.
if you're listening out there, these
Yeah.
guys are looking for a bass player.
SOS, SOS, SOS.
Shout out.
Am I not good enough?
Not at all. Not at all.
We want you to
you're
be able to
great.
focus on doing more cool stuff on the keys, right?
Exactly.
It's really, at our EP release, we had a friend of mine play bass with us, and it did allow for us to do a lot more. So it was really nice.
Shout out to Justin.
Yeah, Justin Winslow.
Is he just too busy to do it on a regular basis?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
like
he
2 other
plays
bands?
He has like 3 groups.
He
That's
plays with
most-
some great groups in us. So.
Yeah.
That's most musicians in this town. But this is
Yeah.
you guys' only band, pretty much. Or do you play?
No,
With
I played a lot in Connecticut, but coming down here, we've really just done this project.
Awesome.
So what brought you down here from Connecticut?
Well, the winters suck,
Fair enough.
and I don't know. It's a bigger creative scene down here. I do a lot of film production as well, and music. So this was just a great place where the two of those can meet. So I did a little film program down here at the Austin School of Film for a bit, and just kind of wanted to change it up. I lived in Connecticut my whole life, and I visited here a summer prior with a couple friends and fell in love with the place, and just thought, why not? I'm young. I'm going to try it out and see what happens. Put up a Craigslist ad and go from there. Pretty much. Pack up and
And you've done all the videos, I understand, which I was pretty impressed with.
Correct.
You guys' little shorts on there are cool. You know?
shooting those.
Yeah, I'm pretty envious of your all's video stuff that you guys have on YouTube. If you guys haven't seen them, check them out. There's really good stuff going on there.
I'm not interested in being brave. Only focus on finishing my day. Wanna go with the flow when I need my shelter. two shadows in the sea. Want you to leave, and we can reach that harmony. Come with me, we can be two shadows in the sea. Want you to leave, and we can reach that harmony. Harmony. So come with me, we can be two shadows in the sea. Want you to leave, and we can reach that harmony. Come with me, we can be two shadows in the sea. Want you to leave, and we can reach that harmony.
How long have you been keeping time, so to speak, playing the drums?
I started playing the drums probably when I was like 11 or 12 years old. I had played
Okay.
piano prior to that and was just like, this instrument's not that cool. I want to be louder. Which, I love the piano now. I kind of wish I stuck to it because it's actually a really cool instrument. But
Right.
at the time, I was like, oh, I want to be in a rock band. I listened to a lot of Metallica and metal and stuff. And I was like, all right, I got to be on these drums. And the teacher had a drum set at his house as well. And I picked that up, and I've been annoying the neighbors ever since.
Sweet. Vance, isn't that similar to your start? Didn't you start on piano and then you moved over to the drums because you didn't like it?
Pretty much, yeah. My parents forced me to take piano at 4, and I hated it. But when I went to
That's
music
a-
school, I was glad I had it.
Yeah, definitely.
Then I discovered the drums, and I was like, oh.
And Gian, how long have you been playing guitar?
It's probably about since I was 11. I got my first guitar at a Christmas, I remember. It's an old Yamaha acoustic. And I played that, so I've been playing ever since probably 15 years. I don't know. I was in a folk band when I first graduated high school, so that was fun.
Okay.
Right before Mumford & Sons came out, and when Mumford & Sons came out, it was just everybody was a folk band, and you're like, well,
Yeah.
we're done now, I guess.
Did they steal your songs?
They stole everything.
Well, I'm sure you guys share music as a group. You know, what bands do you guys really look up to or like out there that not necessarily who you sound like, because I don't really think I hear, distinct things. I mean, I hear a little Stevie Nicks,
Oh,
maybe.
really? I've been told that actually
heard
a
that.
lot.
You got a little bit of a vibrato going on when you want to, and you got a great voice.
Oh, thank you.
But who are your influences, guys?
Oh, gosh.
Nadia and I both like Fantagram.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
love Panagram. I know we really like the Chili Peppers.
I love the Chili Peppers. That was
Yeah.
kind of what I grew up on. I'm definitely the outlier in musical
No, I love the Chili Peppers.
heroes.
Yeah.
He's got metal, and I like
All the metal. I've been real into Alan Stone lately. Is a
He's
nice,
great.
soulful, yeah. Minus the Bear is a big influence of
Yeah,
mine.
I really like Minus Bear too, yeah.
I mentioned them earlier.
Vance has this knack for like picking out artists and bands that other bands kind of seem to have the same feel of.
It's a blessing and a curse.
That's pretty good at what it is.
That's cool.
Kings of Leon, I really like Kings
yeah,
of Leon.
Kings
I
of
like the
Leon.
simplicity, but it's also like rock. It's just it's really good. I like the lead guitarist there.
Tegan and Sarah. I think I'm the only one.
No, I love Tegan and Sarah
Oh, really?
too.
Okay, yeah, they
See,
influenced
they don't
me a
know all
lot.
these things about me yet. We're
Exactly.
still learning.
And I don't think you guys sound like any of those bands, really.
Well, that's a good thing.
I mean, not really.
I really like Motown a lot.
Motown.
That's my favorite style, then.
Yeah.
Old school.
Vance and I heard Mazzy Star out of your vocals. Have you gotten that?
I've gotten that.
Have you heard of a
before.
group called the Sundays from the early '90s? Check them out.
No.
Sounds familiar.
I will.
Check them out. They got
I'm
one.
playing.
They had one kind of hit, but something. I mean, it's a girl singer, but
yeah.
they're kind of like light pop rock kind of stuff. But it reminded me of them and Mazzy Star.
Yeah, well, it's just you have this with your vocal. It's this. From what I've heard, there doesn't seem to be an incredible range, but you've got an incredible way of performing. You know what I mean? Not every verse sounds the same. Like you change it up, and a lot of it, like Shadows in the Sea. I really like the way you guys perform that. The songwriting, where does that come from? Who does most of that? How do you guys put that together?
My brain. It just kind of just comes out.
Okay.
So she does a lot of all the lyrics, rhythm stuff, most of the basic like the rhythm stuff. I'll do some melodic stuff that some of the songs are like comes around was just a warm up that I used to do, like just do dan 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 dan.
Is that an older tune? Because I've heard the Migrations EP. I've listened to that quite a few times, but I didn't hear that song. So
Yeah, that's actually one of the first ones when San Marcos when we were playing. I just like messing around with that, and that became. And she had lyrics like previous lyrics.
had-
and then
yeah,
throw
lyrics.
on top of it. And
It was just kind of a poem, and he just started playing it, and my vocals just. I knew the song in my head, so I just fit the lyrics with his melody, and that's where that came from.
Do you write every day?
Not every day. I should though, but
I heard that Bob Schneider actually has a songwriters club, and a lot of famous people are actually part of it. Jason Mraz is in there, and a lot of other folks. And basically, he'll send out like an bulk email with an idea, and then all these people in the group have to come up with a song that week. And they do this like weekly, I think. It's either weekly or monthly, but everybody turns in a song based on that topic, and it causes you to write a song pretty much every week. And the more songs you write, the more good songs are going to come out of there.
Very
I thought
true.
that was clever.
it was a great idea.
that's a
How
good
do you
idea.
join that?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I don't know if that's like a
Google.
bug
secret
Bob
club.
Schneider on social media. Hey man, I want to get on the Songwriters Club.
Like you have to know somebody, or I don't know. Google
Be
is
cool to
weird.
get involved. There's a lot of
Yeah.
different songwriters guilds out there, but it might be worth looking into something on that. So you come up with the songs. You
How are
bring
things
them-
built off of that? Yeah.
Yeah, and then I'll do little melodic things, and
his
then
guitar.
we'll bring it to like the practice rehearsal.
Usually the two of them come to practice and are just like, here we go. What are we going to do with this? And
You
we'll-
you rehearse once a week or what?
We should try
hopefully
to.
once a week.
Yeah.
A couple sometimes.
It varies. Sometimes we rehearse more than that.
It kind of depends on what we've got on our plate shows coming up and the likes.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll do a couple hours every week at least.
Well, I mean, you get shows. You guys are one of the more tight bands that we've had here in the studio for this show, at least running live. I mean, we went through a few takes, but Vance and I didn't really hear any issues.
You
Y'all
pretty
are the
much
only ones who
nailed
heard
it.
them. Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
So yeah,
Thank
we
you.
did a few takes really just to make y'all happy.
Right. Yeah. Of course, we're our own worst critics, so everything.
Yeah.
Well, y'all are artists. That's the way it goes.
We're not.
Yeah, I'm scared.
Yeah.
So with the lyric writing, does the melody come with that while you're writing that stuff?
Yeah, sometimes. Most of the time, it just kind of just comes out. I guess I hold in a lot of emotions, and that's kind of how I release them. And
Sure.
like I just feel the music. But sometimes I just like plug in some headphones and listen to instrumental stuff like that gets me in this mood, and I'll just kind of write lyrics over that, even though the song might not sound like that instrumental song I'm listening to.
Yeah.
But like it
sure.
just sets the mood, and I feel what I feel. I write it down, and then we like come up with an original musical arrangement.
Gotcha. How much of that stems from? This might be a weird question, but how much of it stems from family? Because for some reason, when I listen to this music, I feel a lot of it is very deeply rooted in a lot of things.
Yeah, family's number one. I mean, I'm like 100% Mexican. I have a huge family, huge family. So, I mean, I grew up with my family, always around them. And it's very different being here on my own. So I guess that's why
Right.
I guess I write about that.
Okay.
My hometown and stuff. So,
Well, that's good. I mean, you found yourself a pretty good band to do this stuff
my
with.
little family.
Missing your family.
And everybody has equal input on the arrangements and everything that's going on.
Yeah, once
That's
the
awesome.
melody's written and we bring it to the rehearsal, it's like, what are the drums gonna do? What is it? And it's
Right.
like, and everybody, come up with your own part, and then go from there.
It's very groove oriented too. You know, we've got rhythm section going on, and without bass.
Yeah,
Which
is hard.
It's pretty
It
awesome.
was strange
Yeah.
when I joined because y'all had never had a keys player. So
Well, how did you fit into that? Like, what did you bring to the table when you came in?
We said, do
anything
what
that's
you do.
keys was never there. So I just
Right.
I don't know.
It
As
gave
someone
fresh
free.
life to
Yeah,
a lot
you're
of
free to
songs.
do
Like,
whatever.
Comes Around is like a super jazzy song now. That's super cool.
I
we
feel
were
like
almost ready to throw
I've
it
had a
away.
hard time figuring out still with some of them what do I want to do with it, or what would the band enjoy me to do,
Yeah.
because when I'm by myself I might play some really crazy stuff, but then I get nervous in rehearsal. Like maybe that
Why?
maybe that thing I did is just annoying and no one wants to say.
No, no.
Try it out, man. I mean, when
We
I
would tell you.
producing records,
they
I've
hear
Wiley
me,
would
like-
tell you.
They hear me do crazy stuff in between takes, and then when we go back through the song, I'll not. I'm like, okay, I don't know if they.
Well, part of the beauty of songwriting and stuff that I've done with bands whenever they're writing certain things and I'm kind of producing stuff is I'll have one of the band members, I'll ask them just to try something out, you know, let the rest of the band know, hey, we're going to try this out, this small change. Then they get a consensus on whether it's good or not. But it's cool because that allows an open avenue for creative freedom and allows people to actually set themselves up to fail, because if you set yourself up to fail, you can set yourself up to succeed pretty highly. So I wouldn't be nervous. I don't think that you should around these guys.
No.
Everybody
I
seems
think
pretty
I'm
cool.
in a really cool position in that I don't think that there's a strong opinion of what I should do, because it's not like I'm mimicking somebody else. And so
Right.
I think that's what makes me nervous is, okay, let me pick the right route to go with this, but I've tried to stick to what my initial instincts were.
Yeah.
Like Comes Around, I mean, what I do on that now is the first time I heard the song was what I did. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, just about. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that song was almost a throwaway too. It was just like, well, should we even play this song anymore? And then she starts playing keys on it. And it's like, okay, yeah.
Okay, let's
Still,
bring it
still in
back.
progress.
Come on in, take a seat next to you. My mind is glad.
approach the songs as far as when you're doing the keys to figure out whether you're going to be playing more of a pad type section or if you're going to play more percussively? Is that something you just hear?
It's not thought out.
Okay, no, that's great. That's awesome. That means you're feeling it.
I'm trying to work on having more uniformity in what I choose because at every show I think it's probably different. And in some ways that's probably cool. But, today I had to come in and say, okay, I need to.
Are you talking about like every time you play something, you play it just a little bit different each time?
Yeah, sometimes significantly different. Sometimes I use a completely different sound. So for today, I kept it, we tried to make it acoustic, so I kept my sound mostly piano sound, but I usually use more of my electric sounds in a show.
Right.
So it comes out different.
Well, I can see how that would work out with the electric guitars. I really, by the way, I want to say thanks for bringing in an acoustic set. I was kind of hoping that would be the case.
We were excited about it
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Cool.
Listening to the EP, I thought just an acoustic set would sound really good, a little more intimate. And then I saw you guys had a lot of that stuff on your YouTube, and I was really glad you all brought it in here as well.
Cool.
You
That's
started
the
that
OG.
way, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually how we started out. Just acoustic, 2 acoustic guitars and a cajon.
Couldn't
And
fit my drums when I was driving down here. They didn't fit in the car.
they were in Connecticut for the longest time.
Yeah, like
so
a year,
we were
solid
just,
year.
yeah.
What was the decision to change to being like as far as the EP sound? How did you guys evolve into that?
I got my drums.
They're just louder than everything
Yeah.
else. Okay.
He got louder, so then we got louder, and then
I think, and then I got an electric guitar for Christmas. That one, that Strat I have. I think it was also we wanted to play bigger shows, and I think we thought to play bigger shows, we like full band
had to rock.
instead of instead of because you can get acoustic gigs, but they're like small, intimate, but you can get big shows if you're a big band.
Right.
That's the thought process, I guess it was.
Well, you guys
fun.
figured it out with the sound because it has this kind of like we were talking about earlier, this early '90s kind of vibe that I really dig. That's kind of my favorite musical era.
It's
So-
kind of
Same,
jammy. It's
same.
kind of a jam
Yeah.
thing.
That's
Groove oriented.
Definitely.
So this is the three of you's first band, but Wiley, you've played in other bands, correct? Is that the deal? Kind
Oh,
of.
I was in a folk band too.
You've been in a folk
Yeah.
band, and then you played a lot, Nadia, by yourself and solo. And were you in a band before, Brittany?
I've been in a few smaller projects, and I did a little bit of music in college, but I don't know. Jazz. I did jazz in college.
Are you guys all graduated out of college?
Yes.
yeah.
I didn't go. I came down to. I came to Austin to go
You
to
came
ACC.
to rock.
And then halfway through, I was like, I don't know if I want to do that.
Wait, so you came down here from Tulsa to go to ACC?
From DFW. I was born in Tulsa,
right,
and then
right.
from the DFW area, and then it came down here.
How old were you when you went over to DFW? And also, isn't there not a good community college up in the Dallas area?
They're at
Tarrant County Junior College?
Yeah.
I went there for a bit.
Yeah, I went to TCC too. Yeah, and I just
I have to go to Austin
Yeah.
for ACC.
No, I came down because I liked Austin better, and it's kind of the same thing where I didn't want to be in a small town, Keller, Texas, my whole life. And I was
Right.
like, I'm leaving. I'm gonna go to concrete jungle for just a little bit, and that was 5 years ago.
Do you guys all have day jobs right now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Most musicians do.
Yep.
What do you guys do for a living?
Well, I'm working at Macy's right now.
Sweet.
I went to school for marketing, and then
We got to play there.
I start. Oh yeah, we played a show at Macy's,
that's
and we
pretty
actually
great.
ran into some girl, and she was like, "Wait, I think I saw y'all somewhere." And we thought she was gonna bring up a bar name. She's like, "Y'all were playing at a department store at Macy's." We're like, "Oh yeah, that was
I
us."
saw that they're closing a bunch of stores.
Yeah. I mean, I know I have a degree, so I'm gonna have to get a big girl job eventually. But I just had such a bad experience with corporate. Like, I worked for. Wow, dang! I don't want to like
Don't
trash
drop
talk.
names.
I don't want to trash
Well, she already
talk.
said
Edit
Macy's.
that out.
Well,
Just
it's
bleep
just,
it out.
It's just me. I just can't sit in a box, you know?
Yeah,
And
sure.
so, yeah,
Would you guys want to have a residency somewhere playing music every week?
that'd be awesome. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Wiley kind of gave a shrug.
I was like, I like playing different places. It's cool to kind of start this up. I'm a whole startup mentality. I started up a video production company down here,
Sure.
and
Well, where does that end? What's the goal?
ask myself that every
I
day.
mean, you keep starting
Yeah,
things
I
up.
don't
You
even
just
know, yeah. You start them up. You just got to try.
I mean,
if
I
you're
get
not
it.
trying, then
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
because I think there are a few places around town that you guys, if you connected with the right booking agent, you'd probably be able to get a residency somewhere, at least for your acoustic show, and make money. at least doing that. So
She's like a once a week thing.
keep that in mind.
I want to
For
sign
sure.
We
I
will
think
get
you
that
guys are good enough.
information from you.
There's a lot of PR companies out there. I know some of the bands we've had in here with Penny Loafer PR, and nowadays bands sign with multiple record companies, multiple PR companies. Back when I was in the music business touring, you had one label. You were lucky if you ever got signed. You made a record, you toured on the record. Social media didn't exist. Things have changed a lot in the music industry. And so now it's like you can have multiple labels and multiple PR companies, and it's all about just doing as much as possible. So I don't know if that's something that, a route you guys want to go down, but you might look into getting some help. Some of them are pretty inexpensive, in fact. I mean, they're, not super expensive, and some of them are more, and you just kind of got to shop around. It might help you out, and it might take some of the stress off of, these guys book tours, they book shows for you, and you can just focus on your art and your music.
God, that's
True.
great.
Yeah.
That's really what we need to do.
We are very independent right now.
And that's a good way to start off. I mean, you guys are still
You
somewhat
also seem to
new.
be pretty young.
Yeah.
I mean,
We're lucky.
you got time.
We have a lot of support too. We even to fund this first EP, we did a fundraising thing online, an Indiegogo campaign. We're like, we're probably not even going to get anything from this, but our friends and family will throw us a couple bucks. We ended up getting like $1,500 over that just to help put the thing together. So we're so lucky and happy and thankful for all of that. Definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of which, for that EP, who worked on that? As far as who produced it? Did you all have a producer? Or did you do it yourselves?
Nope, we did it at Studio 601.
Okay.
It's an Austin-based studio, and those guys were awesome to work with. Eric and Mike really helped shape a lot of that, and we were a little wacky and all over the place, and they kind of were like, all right, well, we can tone it down a little bit, still keep it, but this is what's going to sound better. And we're like, I don't know. And then we do it, and we're like, all right, you guys know. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
it was good. That was a great experience.
It was.
I learned what a diamond is.
Oh.
I learned what a diamond is.
Like, oh, what's a diamond? Yeah.
Was there something specific about the way that they kind of worked with you guys that really allowed you to open up with them and bring the project to life, essentially?
They were just so down to earth, and they listened to everything we would say, and they wouldn't judge us, or at least we think they didn't. No, it was just very easy to be there and talk to them and just
Made you guys
express
feel comfortable?
ourselves.
They cared.
Yeah.
They actually liked the music, and they had 3 Boston Terriers
Yeah.
that we got to play with. So
That made the
That was
day.
a good stress reliever.
Right.
I'm very sad that I wasn't part of the band for
That's
this.
all right. You're in there. Do y'all have an LP in mind?
Well, there's a couple ideas there. Either keep releasing small EPs or do a big LP.
Yeah, we don't know.
there's a little bit of thought behind people's attention spans being less with social media and the likes and all of that. And if it'd be a better way to go about things to just put out content more regularly, even if it's not long form, you go with the 5-track EPs instead of the 10-song LPs.
Well, see, I've got a theory about that. I think that's a good way to go as far as the EPs and the shorter attention span route for music that is not good.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you've got a really good cohesive record with a lot of really good songs, I think people will still listen to that stuff. And then on top of that, you've got more singles for people to choose from to listen to, since a lot of media is being streamed online anyway. You know what I mean? I mean, something to think about. But me personally, I really appreciate and kind of miss good, cohesive, full albums.
Yeah.
It's true. It hasn't been around.
I miss actually holding it in my hand and looking at the, the whole package.
Yeah.
And nowadays it's almost obsolete,
Vinyl's coming back in a pretty big way too, oddly enough.
Definitely.
I have a lot of friends that have put out EPs on vinyl and they have not made their money back. So it's like, it's really expensive to make it. It looks amazing and it's really cool. I'm all for bringing it back. I bring the CD back.
Yeah.
Not, you know what I mean?
Right?
Also on the EPs, and this is more of a personal thing, but whenever I get listening to them, especially when I really like the music, I get sad whenever the 5 songs are over. And it's like,
goes
how
back
many
to-
times can I listen to the same 5 songs over and over? Give me double that.
You want more.
I
Yeah.
get it.
keep
We're
adding to it, so.
probably a little scorned too because we're still in debt from recording the first one. We're like, oh, can we do twice this now?
Yeah.
But it'd be great to work on a full length. I mean, we have almost enough songs, and we're excited to finally write some new ones. We've been playing these for a while, so it'll be good with now we have the keys and the drums, and we can all write together and try that out.
Well, please consider JackRabbit SoundShack when you decide to record.
Rates here are pretty good.
For sure.
I mean, we
The sound is really good.
Oh, well, thank you. Hopefully you'll like it better once it's actually mixed.
Hey, you're a pretty one, but your grin is so cruel and your claws are sharp. You got me coming for you, yeah. Hey, you've got it all, make me feel so good, but you twist my arm every time you come around, and I swear you always bring me down. Why do I say the lies you make me believe? I gotta blame it on your charm. I gotta realize that I'll never belong to you, but all your love hides all the harm. I'm in this place with no end for you, because hey, you're a pretty one, but your grin is so cruel and your claws are sharp. Got me coming for you, yeah. Hey, you've got it all, make me feel so good, but you twist my arm every time you come around, and I swear you always bring me down. Where do I go when I'm 2 feet from the door? Don't wanna go on my own. Still in this trance, I'll say yes to anything. Don't wanna go on my own. Still in this place with no end for you, because hey, you're a pretty one, but your grin is so cruel and your claws are sharp. Got me coming for you, yeah. Hey, you've got it all, make me feel so good, but you twist my arm every time you come around, and I swear you always bring me down. Because hey, you're a pretty one, but your grin is so cruel and your claws are sharp. You got me coming for you, yeah. Hey, you've got it all, make me feel so good, but you twist my arm every time you come around, and I swear you always bring me down. Yeah, I swear you always bring me down.
So, I just want to kind of find out where you guys are, or what y'all are looking at for the future. Where are you looking to go from here?
Oh gosh, touring. I
Tour
guess.
for sure.
Where at?
I don't
We
even
just
know
want to
if
get
we
out of
can
here. I think we
say.
all just kind of want to roam, perform.
I think you guys have a good sound for California. Probably for New York, if y'all can make it up there as well.
That'd be good.
Midwest
California.
pays better than the West Coast.
Oh, does it?
From my experience.
Good to
The middle of
know.
there, the flyover states as they call them.
Just don't do it in the middle of the summer with no air conditioning in a van.
Oh, that'll be
We'll
the
keep
death
that
of
in
me.
mind.
Yeah.
no, but yeah, definitely touring, getting it out there. He's playing more, I guess bigger shows, but
Yeah.
it's always harder. A promoter would help.
Yeah.
It's about building fan base now off of
Yeah.
content. We've got the content, we've got the EPs, we've got some shirts that we're designing right now, and I guess now it's just play shows and figure it out.
If you can get on the summer festival circuit, that's awesome. But it's really hard to get on that without some help.
Okay. Yeah.
We need. We do need to get on P Diddy's playlist on Spotify. So we need
please
250
follow us.
likes to get
No,
on to P Diddy.
250 follows on
Followers.
Spotify. We're struggling.
Oddly enough, that doesn't sound like it would be that big of a deal. I mean, I'm not familiar with the whole Spotify thing, but you guys have 1,000 people plus on your Facebook, right?
We're getting
Yeah.
there. We just put it out on Spotify pretty
Right.
recently.
Last month, yeah.
It's just there's so many things you have to get people to follow and like nowadays.
for
It's
sure.
like, all right, go here, go here, go here.
Well, have you guys submitted yourself to any of the local radio stations?
We did do
have,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Has it been played?
No, we haven't heard back.
At Georgetown Radio.
Georgetown Radio.
Georgetown.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they posted about it. We haven't heard it yet. And yeah. But
KUT,
Did y'all reach out to 101X?
We
Yeah, we
only
did.
recently
Recent.
set it out. It was only
Yeah.
like last week. So
Okay.
it hasn't been out there that long.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Hopefully,
They're
yeah.
not just
Gotcha.
like, we
Right.
do this.
Hopefully they have a lot to go through. Yeah.
I've also found if some way or fashion the DJs, especially for like someone like 101X who will play local stuff more, it's much easier to get your stuff on the radio if it's good, and if you happen to see them around a bar or something like that. Hey man, how's it going? Buy them a beer.
Yeah, definitely.
Get to know them.
Well, the EP
I like
looks
that
good.
idea.
That sounds good.
Oh, thank you.
I wanted to ask
Yeah,
you where
I
your
know.
name came from.
Oh boy.
we totally joked a lot about how this question was going to come up.
Yeah. Well, I got to be honest. So before you get into the explanation of this, I brought you guys in, and I was talking with you all before this off air, but I drive for a rideshare company around town, and I was dropping somebody off at your all's EP release, and he
It's my friend Chuck.
Brittany's friend Chuck. Shout out to Chuck.
Thank you, Chuck.
Thanks, Chuck.
You made it happen.
He told me about you guys, and I asked a little bit, and then I went and looked you up. And I've got to be honest, the name, I was like, okay, well, it's, it's an Austin band. This name's kind of...
I was like, Tortuga Shades.
Yeah, it's a weird. It's like
are
Turtle
these guys?
Shades. I got a lot of like mixed images in my brain about things, but when I actually looked you up and listened to the music, I really dug it. And Vance and I have learned to become a little more picky with the people we bring into the show, or the people that we allow on, because we've gotten submissions from people who, God bless them, they've got a lot of heart, just not really ready to get out there just yet. But I really liked you guys, and I pretty much immediately sent you all an invitation to come on, and it was responded back pretty quick. So anyhow, on to the name of the band. I was curious about that.
It is definitely something where you're like, when you tell people, you're like, it's Tortuga Shades. They're like, what?
Yeah.
You're like, and you just have to deliver it with gusto, so that
Yeah.
people are like, yes,
Tortuga.
And when you look it up, you get like sunglasses and things like that online.
exactly.
Yeah.
But Tortuga means turtle, right? So you
Yeah.
like turtles?
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
I think we all kind of vibe with turtles. The spirit of a turtle is just, they're chill. They get on their rock and they sunbathe, and then they go into the water, and then they go back into the rock and sunbathe. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
Just describing the life of a turtle.
We actually don't even remember how
Wiley, tell the shade story.
That we had we kind of sat down and like us three, and we allotted ourselves like I think like an hour or so, and we have to come up with a name by the end of it. And it was coming down to the end, and we still didn't have a name, obviously. So I think it was really just one of those. Like,
we
just
like the
had to go
idea
for
of
it.
having like an animal in the name, and so that's where that came from. But we're like turtle, and then we just made it more powerful by making it Tortuga.
Bringing in
have
your
the Spanish
Mexican,
element, there you go.
We started doing a bunch of-
Mexican blood.
Yeah, well, we had a bunch of we were trying to rifle through a bunch of Spanish like animal names, and I guess that was the coolest one.
Yeah.
We were Relics before, but if you look up Relics on Facebook, it's a bunch of like dad rock bands, I guess.
Makes you sound like a bunch of old geezers.
Exactly.
Relics.
Yeah, Relics. Yeah.
Just-
And we
get a
knew
little line
Tortuga Shades was not taken. We're like, we're going to be the person, if you type that in, that's going to come up.
Yeah.
So is it shades like sunglasses, or is it shades like color shades?
It's
Or is it
whatever
shades like
you want
shade
it to be.
tree?
Or like
right.
lampshade or
Lampshades.
Lampshade.
Shades.
We don't know. We don't know.
Okay, well,
It's original.
It's the worst story, but it's okay.
It is the worst story.
They don't care. Listen to our music, not our music.
Just weird, fresh, out there. We're all weird. So.
Definitely sunglass shades.
Yeah, we like sunglasses, so I think that might have.
Finding a band name is hard. I've been there, and we did the same thing. And I think it was like Okra Winfrey was one of the names.
I love that.
John Cougar
Now he likes
Concentration Camp.
Oh yeah.
That was actually a band in Albuquerque. There was some ridiculous names
good
out
one.
there.
I can't get over okra.
Winfrey is the best name I've ever heard. We should switch our name.
Yeah.
No, actually, I when I heard the name when I joined, obviously you already were established, and I thought it was cool.
Okay, thank you, Brittany.
Yeah, it's a good name.
so you guys have a platform right now, essentially, and I hope you guys will push this out to your followers on all of your social media. But is there anything that you would like them to know about you guys? Anything you'd like to talk to them about? Like, if you could talk to some of your fans right now, is there anything you'd like to tell them?
Thank you above all else.
Yes,
for
thank
all
you.
of the support. And if you see us at a show, we're super approachable people. Come say hi.
Buy them a beer.
Have a drink. Yeah, we love seeing you guys out there.
Yeah,
And
Come on out. Come on out.
yeah. If you haven't,
It means a lot to me when friends and family come out. Mm-hmm. And they do. We have great friends and family.
yeah, I know. That's who comes to our shows. We feel very supported by them.
And you guys have a show tonight at Sahara Lounge, right? And
Yes,
I was
sir.
trying to figure out, it's some kind of winter wonderland Sahara thing. What is it called?
it's a local artist showcase. I think it's the Winter Showcase.
Winter Saharan Showcase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's how many bands?
8.
I think there's 8 acts.
8 packed into 5 hours. So
They just had a music festival out there not long ago, I think. They had like a few different stages set up, and it was like a weekend-long thing. Threw me off.
We have never been. I don't think any of us have ever
we've
played
never
there before.
performed there. No.
It's out there. If it's
I'm
the
looking
place I'm
forward to
thinking of.
the bean chili or bean soup.
Oh,
Apparently,
they got homemade bean soup. We just saw a Facebook update. There will be bean soup there.
Just wait until after your set before you dig into it.
That's what I told Nadia.
You don't want to be up there and get caught off guard.
True.
Or at least bring a fan to blow it away.
Oh my goodness.
Good thing I'm on the edge of this.
We would never forget that show. Oh my gosh.
Getting the bean sweats up there.
All of a sudden, you guys are grooving to see you looking around.
Yeah.
Real paranoid.
Oh man.
All right. Vance, do you have anything else you'd like to talk to these fine folks about?
I don't think so. We should probably let them get to their gig here.
Yeah, we don't want to keep you guys too late. Well, we appreciate you all coming in again. Where can your audience and our audience find you?
You can find us everywhere. Facebook, Spotify, iTunes. We've got physical copies at all of our shows. When the shirts come out, you'll get a discount if you get them at the shows. Little incentive to come out there. You can find us anywhere online, honestly. And our next show after tonight will be during Free Week in January at Cheer Up Charlie's in Austin. So if you're around there, it's a free show. And we'd love to see you out there.
Cool. Do you guys have a website?
We have
Don't.
a Facebook.
Facebook, Instagram, YouTube.
All the
I
social
think
stuff.
everything's it's just at Tortuga Shades.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because no one else is called Tortuga
Tortuga
Shades.
Shades.
Which again,
just type
that's
it
why the
in.
name is.
we keep our social pretty updated with what you need to know.
Yeah, we noticed that. It's pretty good. I had somebody comment on how good you guys kept up with what y'all are doing. So good job.
Sweet.
Good.
And you can find us at insessionjrss.com. And if you're a band looking to come on the show, you can email us at insessionjrss@gmail.com.
You can also find us on our Facebook, message us through that. We do see those messages. We do respond. We've also got a YouTube page with all of these podcasts along with these songs by themselves. So if you guys just kind of want to get more of a feel for what the band brings before you get to know them, we have a playlist set up for every band that we've had on the show for all 5 of their songs. And yeah, I think that's about it.
And yes, so it'll be after your show. They'll already be past Sahara Lounge, but try to
Free
make
week
it
in January.
Yeah, free
Make
week.
it out there. Do you have a date for that?
I believe it's the 8th,
Monday.
the Monday.
It's
Yes.
a Monday.
7th or 8th,
I
whatever one
believe
Monday
it's
is.
the 8th.
Please,
Okay.
Please go out, see Tortuga Shades. They're a great band. And we're still trying to get it together for the next episode, but we're trying to keep this thing rolling. Sorry, it's taken a little bit of time. We took off a little bit here for the holidays and whatnot.
Happens.
But we're going to try to get it rolling for you again here.
Cool. Well, thanks again, guys. If you're listening in, if you haven't subscribed yet, please make sure to subscribe. Tell your friends, get them to subscribe. The more people we have listening to our show, the better quality product we can bring to you guys. And that's really what we're looking to do. We'd like to make this a video podcast sometime soon. That way you guys have something to look at along with something to hear. And we could be doing it with our phones like I've seen a lot of other people start off doing, but I feel like we try and bring you the best quality audio that we can get out of these shows. And I'd like to do the same thing with the video that we can do. So I'd rather not do that. But like us, subscribe, tell a friend. Make sure you hit the notification if you're listening to us on YouTube. Thanks again for listening. He's Vance. I'm David. We are in session at JackRabbit SoundShack. And for now, we are punching out.
With your feet in the air, your head on the ground. Try this trick and spin it, yeah. You have a collapse, but there's nothing in it, so you ask yourself, where is my mind? Where is my mind? Where is my mind? Way out in the water, see it swimming. I was swimming in the Caribbean. Animals were hiding behind the rock, yeah. Except little fish, and they told me swears, try to talk to me, to me, to me. Where is my mind? Where is my mind? Where is my mind? Way out in the water, see it swimming. With your feet in the air, your head on the ground. Try this trick and spin it, yeah. Your hair will collapse, but there's nothing in it, so you ask yourself, where is my mind? Where is my mind? Where is my mind? Way out in the water, see it swimming.
I'm sticking my tongue back in my mouth.